everything Carlos said is true. He didn't know where she stayed. He didn't know her phone number. Because she was going on with her life. She had an old new man that made her happy. Sister wasn't thinking about that girl. She didn't think about that girl. She never knew that girl. That girl phoned my sister and said, I left my house coat, my robe in Lo's closet. That's how she found out about her. My sister was with that man for 9 years. 9. Because guess why I know what I know? Because she was fighting to get away from him, so she called us. Every time he rapped, every time he came to her job, co-workers got to fix her up. She got to park her car 5 blocks away so he wouldn't know she had worked many days. That's why he was at the school. He only knew the school and the workplace because you don't know what a job is. You can't phone her on the phone no more because everything was changed. You went so bad to even try to ask my friend, a friend of mine that know him, I'll pay you $500 if you tell me where she stayed. And nobody knew where she stayed. This is what I say. They think they know. Wait till I start talking. Because I can't talk. I just ain't talk.
This is Cold Case Chronicles True Crime, where every silence hides a secret, and every story deserves to be heard. We uncover the mysteries buried in time, the victims, the motives, the truths long forgotten. Subscribe now and join us as we dive into the world's darkest cases, because every smile hides a story, and every mystery deserves a voice.
$500. That's what Carlos was willing to offer people close to Romeca. Not to ask about his child, not to talk about support, but to watch her, to monitor what she was saying, where she was going, who she was spending time with. Because Romeca had done something Carlos could not handle. She moved forward with her life. New relationship, new number, new home, new peace. And Carlos? He couldn't accept it. For 9 years, Romeca tried to separate herself from him. She parked blocks away from her job just so he wouldn't recognize her car. She changed her routines, changed her life, just to have space to breathe. And when she finally met someone who brought her happiness, just 20 days later, she was gone. Now Romeca's sister has spoken. And what she's revealing about Carlos, about the stalking, about why he was at that school on September 8th, it puts everything into focus. But here's what most people are missing. Carlos didn't know where Romeca lived anymore. He didn't have her number. He couldn't contact her. And that part? That was true. But that didn't stop him from finding her. Comment right now. When someone has to hide their car from an ex, what does that tell you? And if you stay to the end, comment, still here for Romeca, so her family knows she hasn't been forgotten. Now listen carefully, because Romeca's sister is about to explain how Carlos tracked her down. What you're about to hear is from the person Romeca called every time Carlos wouldn't leave her alone. She knows things no one else does, and she's only beginning to speak. Listen closely, because this explains everything about September 8th. Everything Carlos said was technically true. He didn't know where Romeca was living. He didn't have her phone number. But not because he moved on. Because Romeca walked away. The sister confirmed it. Romeca had a new man. Someone who made her happy. And she was finished with Carlos. That's the detail people keep overlooking. This was never about child support. This wasn't about co-parenting. This was about a man who couldn't accept that his ex was happy without him. Think about what the sister revealed. Romeca didn't even think about that girl. She didn't even know who Holly was until Holly called her phone saying, "I left my robe in Lo's closet." That's how Romeca found out Carlos was seeing someone else. And what did she do? Nothing. Because she had already moved on. She had a new relationship, a new life. Carlos was no longer part of her world. But Carlos, he was stuck, watching her, tracking her, offering money to people close to her, showing up at her job. And when someone loses control over you, when they see you happy, free, and replaced. That's when some people break. Comment. Do you think the new boyfriend played a role in what happened? Because everything her sister said points in that direction. Now let's talk about how far Carlos was willing to go. The sister shared something that shows just how obsessed he was. He approached Romeca's friends, people she trusted, and he offered them cash, $500, not to see his child, not to talk custody, but to spy on Romeca. I'll pay you $500 if you tell me what she said. Think about that. Your ex is so desperate for information that he's paying your own people to report back to him. What was he searching for? What was he so desperate to know? The sister explained it. Nobody knew what she said, because everything was changed. New number, new address, new life. Romeca completely cut Carlos off, and he couldn't handle it. Here's why that's dangerous. When someone is paying to track you, watching your movements, showing up uninvited, that's not love, that's surveillance, and the sister made it clear why he was doing it.
Tired of the lies and everything, what they said I did. I know for a fact it wasn't true. I didn't headlock her, I didn't beat her with the door. I only try to diffuse the situation. They keep deflecting away from that. And what I did what they saying I did made it sound harsh, and I didn't do that. So we need justice. We need justice to be served too, the truth. And they keep deflecting from it.
He only knew the school and the workplace. Those were the only two places Carlos could still find her, because Romeca had erased every other trace. She didn't just change her number. She moved, changed her routine, changed everything. Her co-workers had to help her. The sister said they had to fix her up, meaning they had to protect her, cover for her, help her avoid him. And Romeca herself? She parked 5 blocks away from her job, in Lagos heat, just so Carlos wouldn't see her car and know she was there. That's not avoiding drama. That's fear.
He has always been doing great. He has a strong mother. He has a strong grandmother. He has strong aunties. He has strong uncles. He has a village. Carlos may be hurt for the rest of his life, but we make sure he see rainbows in his clouds. Okay? Nothing will ever change about that. There is nothing he needs that we cannot provide. He is perfectly well. He is happy. He is thriving. And even when he feels his lowest, we pull him out of it together like we do with each other.
But here's what no one is saying out loud. If Carlos was this desperate to locate her, this focused on tracking her movements, this willing to pay for information, what happens when he finally finds her? Drop still watching if you're following. Because September 8th is starting to make more sense. The sister said Romeca had been with Carlos a long time, but toward the end, she wasn't in a relationship. She was trying to escape. She called us every time he came to her job, every time he wouldn't leave her alone. Every time. That means this wasn't occasional. This was ongoing. Carlos showing up at her workplace, interrupting her job, refusing to leave her alone. Her co-workers recognized him. They had to step in. They had to help her avoid him. Imagine trying to work while your ex keeps showing up. That's not concern. That's harassment. And Romeca dealt with this while raising their son, while trying to build a new life. Now the new boyfriend becomes important. The sister said Romeca finally found someone who treated her right. She was moving forward. She had peace. And Carlos saw that. He saw she wasn't answering anymore. Saw she wasn't at her old place. Saw she wasn't thinking about him. For years, he still had some level of access. Some way to find her. Some way to keep control. But now, she was gone. And happy. That's what everything was changed really means. Romeca didn't just leave. She escaped. The only places Carlos could still reach her were the school and her job. So that's where he went. Comment. After everything she went through, do you think Romeca ever truly felt safe? Because what happened on September 8th shows she wasn't. September 8th. 9 a.m. Romeca drops her son at school, a normal morning. She makes a U-turn to leave, and she sees Carlos. The sister already explained why he was there. He only knew the school and the workplace.
When I heard it, I'm just looking, you know, it was unbelievable, but I was there. And I know for a fact none of that happened, how they just explained it. But my truth will get out here, and I hope everybody understand. That's really it. I can't even say too much right now, you know, because it's just gonna feel like I'm going against them, they going against me, we just going back and forth. But the truth is gonna come out.
Carlos couldn't reach her any other way, so he went to the one place he knew she had to be, the school. That wasn't random. That wasn't coincidence. He had been tracking her routine. Now here's the question people avoid. Carlos was there, but so was Holly. How did Holly know to be there at that exact time? Did she just randomly show up, or did someone tell her where Romeca would be? Carlos knew Romeca's routine. He had been watching her. And suddenly, Carlos and Holly are both at the school.
It's been 3 months of pain and agony. I just want to say thank you, Lord. Thank you. Justice, please. I just want justice. I don't want to fight with nobody. I don't want to argue with nobody. I just want justice for my daughter. And I want peace in my family. This has been such a hard 3 months. It's been painful. It's been we've been torn apart. One of the leaders of our family, she was the baby, but she was the leader. The holidays are not holidays. I'm just grateful to God. And I am happy on today's verdict. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. And all I want is to be done, is justice to be done. I want justice so I can have a peace and mind. It won't bring her back, but it will be a little peace now. It feels like a big bundle just been lifted off my head and my heart.
The sister said Romeca didn't even know Holly existed until that phone call. So Romeca wasn't looking for her, wasn't expecting her, wasn't prepared, but somehow they all ended up in the same place. Minutes later, Romeca was gone. I'm not telling you what happened. I'm showing you what the timeline shows. Carlos had been stalking her. Carlos knew the only places to find her. Carlos was at the school. Holly was there too. And Romeca, who had escaped, who had a new life, died that morning. Comment. Do you believe Carlos just happened to be there? Now look at what he did 5 hours later. 2:16 p.m. Romeca's body isn't even cold, and Carlos is on Instagram, posting about the worst day of my life. Not at the hospital, not with her family, not focused on their son. On social media. If you just lost the mother of your child, are you thinking about Instagram? Or are you in shock, trying to figure out how to tell your son his mother is gone? But Carlos was posting, performing grief. That's not mourning. That's controlling the narrative. Because if you're innocent, you're not thinking about image. You're barely functioning. But if you knew this was coming, if you helped set things in motion, then you need people to see you as the victim. And that's what that post looks like.
They've been using the media too. Anything I do, hey, look, I bet you when you beat ass, right? Like say if you're into a girl, you beat ass, it's a problem. You know, I put out like, yeah, I went to her job to tell on her because she used to clock out of work. I don't know what the fuck they used to do, come fuck my shit up. And that's the right thing you're supposed to do, try to get help. And they even bash me for that. Oh, you going to a job and doing this? Hell yeah, I'm getting tired of it. Fuck me up. That ain't good.
When she smashed that up and smashed that up.
Stop letting her act like she about to take a break and come over and smash my shit up. Cause she worked close to my house. Like, stop that. And they talking about that's wrong. They just, nobody about to keep going through that shit. That shit. She probably knew I was soft though, man. You know, I ain't used to be on that. She used to go crazy. I used to try to get the fuck out of there. Man, she used to be on Demon Town. I love her though, man. Miss her, but they got me looking like I'm a man. That shit. That shit ain't even cool, man.
The sister said, "They think they know. Wait till I start talking." That means there's more about Carlos, more about what happened. And when she tells it all, that Instagram post is going to look even worse. If you made it this far, comment, "Still here for Romeca," because her son needs to know people remember his mother. Justice for Romeca.